Microdacism suggestion number 10. Your belief in God is a personal matter. Keep it to yourself. Finding and recognizing God is a personal quest, and to each it is different. I think it would be so nice if we all would be so generous as to allow the other person the freedom to think for themselves. You reached your conclusion about God based upon your experience, your knowledge, your intuition. And I think it would be kind to allow the other person to do the same, don't you? After all, each of us have been inspired at one time or another by someone, perhaps a music, perhaps a poem, perhaps a being in nature. There are 1,000,001 different ways to be inspired. And for many of us, the inspiration is real. We don't say that we are speaking for God. We simply say that we have been inspired. Isn't that right? So I think that your belief in God is a personal matter. Keep it to yourself. Finding and recognizing God is a personal quest, and to each it is different. Come on. You can be inspired by the work of John Lennon, Bob Marley, Marcus Aurelius, Socrates, Plato. So many people, so many messengers. You're inspired because something touched you, something they said, or perhaps the music you heard made a difference to you. And then, of course, there's Microdacism suggestion number 11. Your discovery of spiritual laws is your discovery. Extend the courtesy of allowing others to make their own discovery. These spiritual laws are not in books, holy or otherwise. Think about this. I believe, and you don't have to agree with me, but I believe that spiritual laws were written in the hearts and mind of men ever since mankind has walked the earth. We've all been aware of the value of peace, love, harmony, equity, justice. We've all been made aware that we ought to be happy for somebody else. We've all been made aware that sharing gives us a really nice feeling. And all of these feelings have been written in the laws, rather in the mind and heart of men. From Australia to Asia to South, North America, Africa, all over the world. Mankind have always had the same good feelings about themselves and about their divinity, who they wish to worship. So, your discovery of spiritual laws is your discovery. Extend the courtesy of allowing others to make their own discovery. Don't you agree? Really? Earlier I talked about this book, and I said that if you had to have one book, this is the book to have. I have entered my garden, my sweetheart, my bride. I'm gathering my spices and myrrh. I'm eating my honey and honeycomb. I am drinking my wine and milk. Eat, lovers, and drink until you're drunk with love. While I slept, my heart was awake. I dreamed my lover knocked at my door. Let me come in, my darling, my sweetheart, my dove. My head is wet with dew, and my hair is damp from the mist. I've already undressed. Why should I get dressed again? I have washed my feet. Why should I get them dirty again? My lover put his hand on the door, and I was thrilled that he was near. I was ready to let him come in. My hands were covered with myrrh, my fingers with liquid, and I grasped the handle of the door. I opened the door for my lover, but he had already gone. How I wanted to hear his voice. I looked for him, but couldn't find him. I called to him, but heard no answer. The watchmen patrolling the city found me. They struck me and bruised me. The guards at the city tore off my cape. Promise me, women of Jerusalem, that if you find my lover, you will tell him I am weak from passion. Most beautiful of women, is your lover different from everyone else? What is there so wonderful about him that we should give you our promise? My lover is handsome and strong. He's the one in 10,000. His face is bronzed and smooth. His hair is wavy, black as a raven. His eyes are as beautiful as doves by a flowing brook, doves washed in milk, standing by the stream. His cheeks are as lovely as the garden, and is full of herbs and spices. His lips are like lilies, wet with liquid myrrh. His hands are well formed, and he wears rings set with gems. His body is like smooth ivory, with sapphire set in it. His thighs are columns of alabaster, set in sockets of gold. He's majestic like the Lebanon mountains, with their towering cedars. His mouth is sweet to kiss. Everything about him enchants me. This is what my lover is like. And yes, it is in this book. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. Now you know.